As some of you may know, or you may not know, but I did spend more than half of my life being an athlete. And the latter part of that, my athletic career, I was a sprinter. And I'm very grateful for all the lessons that I learned being an athlete and being involved in sports. And being a sprinter actually became part of my career. It's part of what I teach, part of what I speak about. And I'm very, very grateful for that. But I'm still, in a sense, teaching myself, catching myself. My goal as a sprinter was to move my body from point A to point B as fast as I could. And that was the goal. And one of the most powerful components as a sprinter to move that body from point A to point B as fast as possible was to go through the full range of motion with your movement. But it was a hard and difficult thing to do. Why is going through the full range of motion difficult to do if you know that you want the most optimum result? Why? Because going through the full range of motion in movement requires movement in reverse. So when the arm moves back, okay, if you're fearful, you're going to cut that movement short because you want to move forward, right? It makes no sense. If your goal is to move forward, why are you moving back? And it's a very fearful mentality. But if you allow yourself to go through the full range of motion and allow that movement, the result will be optimum. You're optimizing your results in the end. It's a very powerful component that I applied as an athlete. You know, I did my best to apply it. But now I find myself not going through the full range of motion in my own life on a day-to-day basis. So I'm practicing it. I'm practicing going through the full range of motion with the little things, going to sleep. You know, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, I make my bed cozy, fix my pillows, go to sleep. But when I wake up, I don't make my bed. For whatever reason. Maybe I think I don't have time. Maybe I think it's no big deal. But I'm not going through the full range of motion. Sometimes when I cook, I'll make the meal, I'll eat it, but I won't wash the dishes. And if I wash the dishes, I may not put them away. So that's not going through the full range of motion. So my goal during these times is to go through the full range of motion in the process of cooking and in the process of going to sleep or sleeping. And it applies to everything. Going through the full range of motion while you're having a conversation with your partner, while you're spending time with your children, while you're doing work around the house, when you're working on your business. It's very powerful to go through the full range of motion and having the awareness of when you don't and knowing why you didn't. And knowing that it's a fearful based mentality if you cut your movement short in whatever activity you're doing. And to develop that awareness. So, I'm holding myself accountable to go through the full range of motion. My wife knows that, my goal is to go through the full range of motion. And she's working on it as well. So, join us. And let's start going through the full range of motion together.